Hey, how you doing today? Thank you for taking part in our interview. I just want to ask you, can you please state your name, age?
Patrick Raphael, and my age is 32.
32. Okay, Patrick. What do you do for a living, Patrick?
I actually am a student, so that's like my primary form of income. And then secondly, I work as a facility monitor on the weekends at a church.
Oh, okay. So with this study, we're trying to figure out is we're trying to get into the minds of the people at work, wherever they work at. So in when you're at school, do you ever feel isolated or do you ever feel alienated from people or from certain situations?
What does that mean?
What I'm trying to say is, do you ever feel left out or do you ever feel like you don't belong or there's something that restricts you from fulfilling what you want to fulfill?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Can you elaborate on that, on any certain event that you might remember?
So are we talking about like institutional stuff or just like personal stuff?
Either at work or an institution or anything personal, anything that you feel.
I mean, like I said, not at work. I mean, like at work outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pretty good relationship with my employer and stuff like that because I actually like go to that church.
Oh, okay.
So that's like is really comfortable and everything. I never have a problem with that. But as far as like school, like I consider school my job. Yeah, I mean, of course, I've had like situations where it wasn't, everything wasn't, great and stuff like that. Just being on campus or whatnot. I had a situation. I don't know if it's related at all.
Go ahead, just go ahead.
But I had a situation where I was leaving, or I was coming. I think I was leaving my car. I was going to class, and it was at night. And there was a lady. She was coming. She might have been like faculty or something like that. But she was leaving class, I guess. And so when she saw me, being that I guess I don't know, I'm black and I'm 6 foot or something like that. When she saw me, like she just froze like dead in her tracks. She was going to her car, I was leaving my car, she froze dead in her tracks and she just refused to move. Like she wouldn't move until I walked past. And then once I walked past, like then she went to her car and everything. So that was a situation where I was like, I didn't feel very like, welcome, what I'm saying, on campus. Yeah, so that was
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Patrick. Can I ask you, what is your dream profession or job that you want to have after you finish school and everything?
I want to teach.
Want to be a teacher?
You want to be a professor, right? Mm-hmm. So as a professor, like, where would you feel alienated at?
As a professor, I think, man, I don't know. It's honestly like my dream job. So I don't know where I'll really feel alienated, except maybe, I don't know, like maybe if like your input and ideas are ignored, if I'm undervalued, if my input and ideas are ignored, I think that's the only place, like that would be one of the major places where I'll feel like maybe alienated.
Yeah. What about in another profession? Like what other professional position would you think people would feel alienated at in their workplace?
A lot of places. I think teachers like not necessarily like college, but like K through 12. I think they feel like really alienated because you think about it, like they're the people who are teaching like the future, and education is so important, but it's not. They probably feel undervalued because they're not getting paid a lot. Teachers don't get paid a lot of money. There's a lot of other professions that get paid like all this money, and then like teachers hardly get paid anything. I've heard that like they struggle just to make ends meet sometimes. So
yeah, that's very interesting. How can employers enable you to fulfill species being, like for example, a sense of less alienation in the workplace?
Less alienation.
Yeah.
I think honestly, just I don't know, like paying people what they're worth. I guess like doing their best to pay people what they're worth. And even when you can't, just making sure to show people respect, respecting like people's ideas and people's feelings, letting them know that they care about the things that are going on in their life and things like that. So like they need time off for instance like paternity leave or maternity leave or things like that, and not letting them know that that they have a life, that their life is important, even outside of work, because like a lot of times it's like it probably feels like you're only important to this company as far as what you can do for this company, and that's important because you have to run a business, but you want to let that person know that they're important, as a human being in general,
Yes,
so.
yes. Well, thank you, Patrick. This concludes our survey. Thank you for taking the time to take it.